I'm happy to take my seat at this point.
Calls. The member must call, so you call out Mr Chairman,
yes, Mr. Chairman.
To get my attention.
Yes.
Stephen Browning.
Thank you. I'd like to acknowledge the Select Committee that has worked so hard on this, or the Select Committees over the years that have worked so hard on this. I've watched it from the side. Unfortunately, haven't been able to be a member of the Select Committee until this point, and other members of Parliament for the Green Party have followed this. I think we may have had a slightly different position. If I had been there, we may have had some further amendments. In the spirit of consensus, we will be supporting this bill at this point, but I will suggest that because of the what I would see as what we see as rather draconian powers that are put both to Nate and the Minister, that this may come back before the House sometime if it seems to go for a walk in terms of individual farmers and particularly the smallholders. It is fantastic that we have something that has a high level of traceability. I've done a lot of work in the organic sector, and traceability is paramount. It's absolutely paramount for the consumer to be able to know where their food came from. And one of my previous colleagues from this House, who's now retired, had pointed out to us that this is really a paddock to the plate situation, and we really think of things like country of origin labelling, which we would look at, because here we have a bill that says, hey, we will track every last movement of an animal in this country, but the consumer in New Zealand doesn't have any idea in so many instances where their food comes from other countries. There is a concern with the wide-ranging powers as well, because the take-out is so discretionary. I am hoping that farmers who don't want to use the radio frequency, the low radio frequency identification tags, because some consumers won't want product from animals that have been exposed to EMR, right or wrong, and I won't go down that track, but from a consumer perception point, they may well not want it, and I would like to think that there is going to be options for farmers rather than something that may be decreed by a more larger industry-based and Crown organisation. There are huge powers to as yet not actually fully identified organisation. We've got a fair idea, and the papers that I've been able to see pretty well spell out what sector organisations and what their percentage of ownership relative to the Crown will be, or their contribution will be.
Sorry to interrupt the honourable member. The time has come for me to leave the chair. This debate is interrupted. I shall resume the chair at 7:30.